Hello, good afternoon. This is David Slater talking to you. Today is my weekly trade predictions for the upcoming trading week of April 6th through April 10th, 2020. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at all the major Forex currency pairs on a 30-minute time frame, just so we can see what's happened this past week, and then try to compare that to higher time frames like a 4-hour daily and weekly. And I'm going to give you my analysis of what I think is going to happen this coming week, okay? And then tell you how to trade accordingly. So let's look here on EURUSD, okay? Start with EURUSD, as we can see, has had a clear downtrend, okay? The price ended a lot lower than where it began, but it looks like it hit somewhat of a strong level of support, and it's starting to go back up now. Now, of course, the big question here is, will it continue to go up this week, or will it drop back down again, okay? So to answer that question, let's look at a higher time frame. Let's look at the 4-hour chart, okay? According to the 4-hour chart here, okay, we have an up arrow but no down arrow, okay? What this means typically, normally, is that when you have the price go up like this, you have what's called a pullback, right? The price will drop back down, and then it'll go back up again. It'll go to a higher spot, okay, and then drop again, and then go to an even higher spot, okay? That's how Forex works, up, down like that. But overall, it's going to be an uptrend. So long term, this is going to be going up, okay? I can pretty much tell that just from my experience. And you know, we have different levels of resistance. Right here we have a resistance that's higher, so I'm thinking the price will go that high. Will it go there this week? I doubt it, okay? Probably in the next couple of weeks we'll see the price go back up, okay? You might even see the price come back down, then back up again. I cannot tell the future right now, but it definitely looks like it's going to be going up. Now let's look at the daily chart. The daily chart shows, yes, we are definitely going to be going up long term, okay? If we mark this point and this point, okay, we have a support level, okay? Now typically we need 3 points, okay, to make a solid trend line. So right now I only have 2 points, but it's still too soon to even form a third point, okay, at least on the daily. If you look at the weekly, we see kind of the same thing, all right? So this is definitely be going up long term, okay? So I would be looking to buy the EURUSD this week. I would definitely not be looking to sell, okay? If you go down to smaller time frames like the 1 hour, 1 hour shows to go up, 30 minutes shows to go up, 15 minutes shows to go up. So all these indicators are pointing up, okay? It might have a slight drop right now, but long term it's going to be going up. So you could buy technically you could buy right now and hold if you want. But what I would do this week, okay, I think we'll have kind of a range of market with a slight uptrend. But what I would do is put everything on a 15-minute chart and look for buy opportunities only. Like I said, right now is a good time to buy, but you could buy right now and wait for the red arrow and close the trade, and then wait for the next buy opportunity. Because price will go up a ways and then drop back down, go up, down like that. So only look to buy. Use a 15-minute chart, 5-minute chart, 30-minute chart. It's all good, but stick to the smaller time frames, okay? You can stick to the 15-minute charts, perfect, and look for buy opportunities only, okay? That's my strong advice this week. Moving on to pound USD, okay? GBPUSD. We see here the price was more in a range, flat ranging market, okay? It did end lower than where it began, and it looks like now we're starting to go into an uptrend, okay? So we could actually mark this level of support right here. All right, we got kind of a strong support right there, okay? A trend line forming. But if we go to the 4-hour chart, we don't even see that. Let me delete that trend line. But the 4-hour chart shows to be going up long term. Now we did have this consolidation, this flat range of market right here for the past week, okay? So, and the price dropped some. So there is a strong chance that the price could drop even further, but it looks like it's going to be going up. Look at the daily chart. The daily chart shows to be going up long term, okay? And the weekly chart as well. So considering that the higher time frames from the 4-hour daily and weekly all show to be buy, they all have a buy signal, all show to be going up, I would be looking to buy the Great British Pound this week, all right? Now, I would definitely put my charts on a 15-minute time frame and only look for buy opportunities only on the 15-minute chart. So like I showed before, this is definitely going up on the 15-minute chart. You could buy right now and wait for the next red arrow and then close the trade, okay? And then when the price drops, buy again when you get the blue arrow, okay? So it's going to go up, down, but overall it's going to be going up long term. All right, so that is my predictions for the Great British Pound US dollar. Only look for buy opportunity this week, okay? Moving on to Australian dollar US dollar, okay? Kind of see the same thing, okay? It had a lot of ups and downs, more or less a range of market, but the price ended a lot lower than where it began. And we see a lot of consolidation here. So it seems to have formed a pretty strong level of support and should be going up this week, okay? Now, let's look at the 4-hour chart and see what's going on, okay? The 4-hour chart, as we can see right here, started to go an uptrend and then it dropped back down. So this is what we call a pullback. So there is possibility that it could drop even further, and that's all depending on what the US dollar does as well, because these two are kind of like neck and neck. Both are getting weak right now. The Australian dollar is definitely trying to fight back, but the Australian dollar economy is pretty bad right now as well. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens. If we look at the daily chart shows to go up, and the weekly chart as well. So long term, this will definitely be going up, okay, no matter what. And like I said before, what I would do is put charts on a 15-minute time frame like this, 15-minute, and I would look for buy opportunities only. Now, right now, you could definitely buy and wait for the next red arrow, but considering the price has been moving in this sideways fashion here, this was all day Friday. It never really formed like an uptrend, right? It hit this level of resistance right here, and if you mark that, it had this spike right here. For whatever reason, that's a pretty strong resistance, right? You see that it was a support before, formed a support, now it's a resistance. And what we're looking for is that resistance to break, okay? And once it breaks, it'll become a support and bounce off of that and go up. So what you can do for this particular pair is put a buy stop pending order slightly above this resistance line and then wait for that to hit, okay? It might take all day Monday for that to break, but soon it will break for sure, okay? So just wait for that to break, or put a buy stop pending order, and you'll be perfectly fine, okay? Do not buy right this very second. There's a chance if you buy right now, it'll drop more. I don't know. So now, if the Euro USD, the Pound USD, Australian Dollar USD, if all these are going to be going up this week, then the US dollar should be going down, okay? So now let's look at US dollar Swiss franc real quick and see. Now, clearly we see the opposite of what we saw previously, okay? The price has been going to a steady uptrend, right? But now hit a strong level of resistance, and looks like it's starting to go down now, right? So with that said, it should be going to a downtrend. Should be, right? Now let's look at the 4-hour chart and see. Okay, now this is just the opposite of what we saw with Euro USD, okay? Exact opposite. Okay, now we had this big uptrend, and then it started to come back down, and then we had a pullback. Okay, it shot back up, but then it's going to be going down long term. Okay, so the price dropped down to here, went back up to this high point, but it's not as high as this point. Okay, so it's going to drop down even further, come back up to another high point, drop down again. So it's going to be up, down, up, down, up, down. But overall, it will be dropping long term. Okay, so it's going to take a few weeks. It's not going to happen right away. But I would definitely be looking to sell the US dollar Swiss franc. If we look at the daily chart, okay, now yes, this is a little bit interesting. We do not have a red arrow, but we do have a pretty strong level of resistance up here. And if we look at the weekly chart, however, the weekly shows to go up, but the monthly shows to go down. So this one is a little bit unique, and I don't think this is going to be going up too much. The US dollar had a really bad news report for the non-farm payroll this past Friday. Okay, so the US economy is definitely going down. So for at least this week, I would be looking to sell the US dollar Swiss franc. Okay, so again, put your indicator on a 15-minute chart and look for sell opportunities only this week. Okay, this price should be dropping. Right now is an excellent time to sell as the price is already starting to drop. Okay, we have a slight pullback here, but it will be dropping again. Okay, but even the 1 hour shows to go down. So I would like this. You can sell right now and wait for the next blue arrow, and then when the price goes back up and forms a red arrow, that's when you want to sell again. So hit sell now, blue arrow, close. Okay, wait for the next red arrow and then sell again. Okay, and then when you hit another blue arrow, close it, and just keep repeating that process. Okay, so for at least this week, I would definitely be looking to sell, and I can look next week and see what's going on, and we can see if the price is going to be rebounding or coming back up. Okay, now US dollar, Canadian dollar, these two are like neck and neck. Okay, and as you can see here, we have a flat range of market with no clear trend in sight, and I think we're going to see a continuation of that this week. Actually, if you look here on the 4 hour chart, we see that that we had this downtrend forming, and it's still technically in a downtrend, but like I said, both of these are in a gridlock right now. Okay, so it's not even really a good idea to trade the US dollar, Canadian dollar. But what I would do is put everything on a 15-minute chart and look for sell opportunities only, because long term this will be dropping. Okay, if you look at the daily shows to go down. If you look at the weekly, it shows to go down. So definitely be looking to sell the US dollar, Canadian dollar. Okay, we might be in a flat range of market right now, but sooner or later this is going to break out and drop. So right now the price is starting to go up, but wait for another red arrow and then sell. You probably could sell and hold and wait for it to drop, but definitely if you sell on the red arrow, okay, then close the trade when you get the blue arrow and wait for the next red arrow. And I think, just looking at this, I think we're going to see a downtrend emerge. Okay, I could be wrong. We had a downtrend form, and then a flat range of market, and then another downtrend. So it's going to be like this, like that, kind of unique. Okay, so this is kind of like a stalling out. The market stalled out here, and then we're going to see another recession, another drop. All right, so definitely be looking to sell US dollar, Canadian dollar. US dollar, Japanese yen. Okay, now again, we saw a flat range of market. Pretty much the price ended slightly higher than where it began, but overall is moving in a flat range of market. Right now, let's look at the 4 hour. Okay, the 1 hour shows to go up still, but the 4 hour shows to go down. All right, so long term this is going to be dropping. And if we look at the daily shows to go up, and the weekly shows to go up. Okay, seems like US dollar, Swiss franc, but the 4 hour right now shows to sell. So for this week, I would definitely be looking to sell the US dollar, Japanese yen. And you put everything on a 15-minute chart and look for sell opportunities only. Okay, same scenario. Okay, you could sell right now, wait for the blue arrow, and then when it goes back up, look for another red arrow and sell. Really, overall, I think we're going to see a flat range of market with this. We're not going to see any clear downtrends, but like I said, with the non-farm payroll, the US dollar had a bad jobs report, so the US dollar definitely will be dropping this week. So I would only look to sell the US dollar, Japan. Any USD pair I would be looking to sell, really. So anyhow, that concludes my weekly trade predictions. If you have any particular currency pair that you want me to look at, please hit me up on Facebook. There is a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook. Please contact me there first. Also, there is a link for my private Facebook group. If you have not joined my private Facebook group, please do so. This way you can post any questions or comments in my Facebook group, and then we can all collaborate as a team. Okay, that's the whole purpose I have this group. All right, so anyhow, please let me know how I can help you. Thank you, and have a wonderful trading week.